And we're live. So, hello everyone, and today we're going to chat with Kevin King about upcoming event that is happening in Austin, I believe in less than 20, in 21 days.
Yeah, almost 3 weeks from Thursday. Yeah, it's going to be happening on June 1st, which is it's coming up quick. Coming
So,
up very quick.
the event is Carnival of Dreams. Do you want to share with us what's been the inspiration to create this event?
Yeah,
And what
sure.
is the event about?
Sure, no problem, Isabella. It's great to thanks for having me on here. Yeah, I see it a lot of events. It's become like a little, like I guess the latest trend is to throw a satellite party at an event. It doesn't matter whether it's an Amazon event. You go to Prosper, and every night there's a bunch of different events, or you go to a NFT show in New York. Every night there's some different events. All these little satellite events that take advantage, I guess, of a bunch of people being in town. And as a promoter, when you throw a big conference, it's expensive to do that. You get your hands full. So you might have a welcome party. You might have a final night, like little party, but to throw things in between, it's expensive and takes time and a staff. So people have been doing that and they've been great success. So SellerCon is coming to Austin June 1st to the 3rd. For those of you who don't know what SellerCon is, it's from the guys at amazing.com. And basically in 2012, Matt Clark and Jason and a few other people actually started amazing.com. And it was like 5,000. It became over time about a $5,000 course on how to sell on Amazon. And I think they've had 35,000 students pay to actually go through that course over the years. So they started out with it would be like ASM 1, and then for Amazing Selling Machine was the name of the course. So ASM 1 and then ASM 2 and by 2016 they were at like ASM 6 or something like that, or 6 or 7, I think about 6 or maybe it's 5. And I heard first about it when they did ASM 4 in 2015. And so a lot of times when you go to events now, if you get to meet old school sellers in this space, they'll say, "Oh, I'm ASM." They're like, "Oh, what number are you?" "Oh, I was ASM 2 or I was ASM 6," or because there are these groups. And so what they did is they did a show around that. So if you bought the course, you could come to they did shows in Las Vegas, Orlando, and Austin. You could come a lot of times to the live event for free. It's like one of the bonuses, and they'd have 3,000 people or some crazy number of people at these events, and it was really cool. So they kind of took a detour right around the time of COVID and didn't do an event for a few years, but now they're back. They haven't done one since 2019. I think it was the last time they did one. Now they're back and they're doing one in Austin, June 1st to the 3rd. So they've got over 1,000 e-commerce sellers, mostly Amazon, but some Shopify people and some people in other spaces that are coming to this event. They've brought in some of the really good speakers. And so it's always a really good event. And so they're doing like a couple little parties, but Austin's my backyard. I'm from Austin. I'm here. I'm like, you know what? Now it's my turn. I'll throw a little satellite event and host everybody. I'm like, but when I started to think about it, I was like, I don't want it to just be, everybody always just come to this bar and we're going to have, it's going to be a networking, and maybe they give out some free drink tickets, or maybe they don't, or maybe there's a little bit of appetizers, and it's always just the same thing, which is cool. I'm like, how can we make this totally different? And so I'm talking with Mark, my event coordinator, who does the $1 Billion Seller Summit for me. He and I have
Mark
produced
Dog?
Mark Don. Yeah.
Yeah,
We've
I
we've
love him.
produced. Yeah, he's a fashion photographer by trade. Used to shoot for Levi's and Dockers and all that kind of stuff. Very creative person. He and I have worked together for like 30 years on a couple other businesses, and he's like, I got some ideas for this that could make this cool. He said, "How edgy do you want it to be?" I said, "Let's make it cool. We want people to have FOMO. We want people that aren't there to be like, oh man, you missed it last night." So we've rented a place. It's 2 blocks from the hotel, so it's easy walk. You don't even have to take an Uber. You might have to navigate a homeless person a time or two that's in Austin, but it's 2 blocks away. It's like this warehouse type of place called Empire. And inside there, we're going to be decorating it like an Arabic theme, like a kind of like a Moroccan type of theme. And when you arrive, you have to, the party is free. We have sponsors, thanks to people like Ritz Momentum, like yourself, and a few others that are helping to cover this. It's an expensive party, so thank you very much for doing that. When you arrive, you have to be on the list. So if you go to amzmarketer.com/party, amzmarketer/party, you can get, it's totally free, but you got to be on the list. So if you show up at the door and you're like, I just heard about it, you're not going to get in. You're going to have to sign up to get in. It's limited to 300 people to come in. And when at the door, there's going to be a strong man. So it's going to be like, what we've done is we've hired this entertainment company that does all these kinds of crazy, like Renaissance festival, medieval, like mystical type of entertainment. So we have a strong man, like a big, huge, muscled kind of guy. We have a human candelabra. So there's going to be a girl basically wearing a skimpy little bikini where you come and you can drop wax on her. Like you
Oh my
actually
gosh.
spill wax on her. There's an aerialist. There's a magician, there's a bad advice person where you can go to them and instead of getting your fortune telling, you get some bad advice. There's a tarot card reader. There's a flamethrower. There's a juggler, a magician. There's like 15 to 20 of these people wandering around. And even
So people will just come and ask, will I succeed on Amazon and at e-commerce or not? And those people with the tarot cards, they will have to say yes, because
I
otherwise they
know.
will
What are they
not go
going
to
to say?
the second day
You're going to
of
lose all your
SellerCon.
money. But when you arrive, drinks are included. We're going to have a couple of food trucks nearby. So people that want to eat, and there'll be some snacks, but there's no like real food, but there'll be a couple of food trucks. But we're providing drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks. And you'll get a coin, like that you'll use to actually get your drink. It's not going to be like a little paper ticket or something. It's actually a coin. But when you arrive, there's going to be a strong man at the door explaining things to you. And he'll give you a little bag. And the bag is going to have your first coin for your first drink, and it's going to have some other kind of like coins in there. And you're going to take those, and you're going to have to interact with other people to get more drink tickets. So you got to go up and interact with one of the sponsors. So like there's going to be a temporary tattoo station where you can go and you can get a logo of any of the sponsors, like Ritz Momentum. You get the Ritz Momentum temporary tattoo logo on your arm. Then you get, you redeem some of the things in your bag for another drink token.
Or shuffle, like if you will put tattoo to the most creative place or spot on your body,
we're going to have some of that.
Prize.
Yeah, we're going to have some of that. We're giving away, depending on how many people you interact with, other people in the crowd. We're going to give away a free ticket to the $1 Billion Seller Summit in Puerto Rico, which is happening just June 11th, like 10 days later. So someone's going to win a free $6,000 ticket to that. And we're doing some other really cool stuff. So it's for 3 hours. We just changed the start time to 8. It was going to be 7:30, but we changed it to 8. So it's going to be 8 to 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock sharp on that Thursday night, June 1st. And so it's going to be, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We have souvenirs for everybody that comes that they're going to be able to take away. So everybody that comes in the door, you're going to get a couple cool, I'm not going to tell you what they are, but a couple really cool souvenirs to take away to remember the nights. And so I think it's going to be.
Everything requires is just to come and have fun. So it's free so far. It's a lot of souvenirs. It's a lot of fun right there. It's free food. It's free drinks. And it's
free snack. It's not free full food. We don't have like that would add way too much to the cost. But we will have some food trucks there. Then we'll have some that popcorn and nuts and that kind of snack type of stuff. So if you're super hungry, you might want to eat before you come. There's going to be something happen right around the middle of the party. I'm not going to tell you what, but there's going to be a big surprise that happens right around probably about 9:30 or so that day, that people are going to be like, what the heck? It's going to be a commotion. And that's all I can say. But you'll be like, holy cow, that was cool.
Kevin, like the name of the event is Carnival of Dreams. And my first assumption was, okay, Carnival, so probably you will do something similar to what you've been doing at BDSS in 2022. Will that be something similar or not?
Similar, you mean like
when we had the scavenger hunt and we had to
there won't be it's not really a scavenger. I mean, I guess you could say there's kind of a scavenger hunt because you're going around inside the club looking, to get a tattoo or to get different things with your bag of coins. A little bit of that, I guess, but I didn't think of it in those terms. But I like creating experiences. That's one of the things that I've done since I was in my teenage years. I like creating cool experiences and cool parties. And so that scavenger hunt that we did in Austin, she's talking about, is during the last $1 billion seller summit in August of last year. We grouped all the sellers that wanted to participate, which is most of them. A few people were like, that's silly. That sounds kind of corny. And, that's what kids do. But the rest grouped into teams of 4, which is most of the people. We had like 20, 30, about 25 or 30 teams. I can't remember the exact number. And then they had to go around the city and solve these clues, and they didn't know where the final destination was. They had to get clues at each place, and almost everybody said that was one of the funnest things they've ever done at any conference. And there was the networking of just hanging and working with other people randomly assigned to you, on your team.
Yeah, and
It was
we've been in
great.
the costumes also. That
Yeah,
was like my thought was about the carnival. Like, okay, so we probably will be wearing some type of costumes.
yeah. We're actually encouraging that. Everybody that registers, you're going to get an email from us about a week before, or 10 days before. It says, thanks for signing up. If you want to, and when we encourage you to actually come in costume, you can wear a bohemian or gothic or Renaissance or some type of cool costume if you want to. Some people that they're not comfortable doing that, so that's okay. You don't have to, but I think you're going to see a few people really get into this and dress up. It's going to be fun. It's going to be
I
a really
bet.
cool event.
I bet, like you in a Renaissance suit, and you are walking around, and you have Tara, so now you know what is happening tomorrow. And generally speaking, like now your future is already predicted, and you're not going. You're from the past going into future.
Yeah, so this is the first night of SellerCon starts. It's a 3-day event, so there's lectures and stuff that first day, and then I think they have like a little welcome party from 5:30 to 7, I think, that for all the attendees at SellerCon, and then go grab something to eat, go change into your costume if you have one, and walk 2 blocks over to the hotel. Sorry, not to the hotel, to the bar where we're having this. And as long as you're on the list, you'll be able to get in. You got to be on that list.
Yeah, and I believe it's almost full, right?
Yeah, we're recording this. When we're recording this, like we said, it's a little over 3 weeks away. I just checked it today. We're at 236 out of
Oh,
300.
so it's less than
And
70 spots left.
so yeah, as of right now, and that's actually just from a few emails or mentioned on social media. So a lot of people that are coming to this event, they're not in our circles. There's because the amazing guys, they pull from a lot of different circles of people. So there's a lot of people that don't even know this is happening. So probably 2/3 of the audience that's coming to this don't even know it's happening yet. The word will get out, and we're going to be passing out some little scrolls the first day. Like each of the sponsors, like you guys at Ritz Momentum will get like 30 or so, 30, 35 little scrolls. They're like rolled up and with a little tie on them. And so like you can pass them out the first day to people in the hallway or to, that you see, hey, are you coming to the party? So they'll get this little, it's not scroll, and they open it up, and like there's a QR code on it to scan to get their ticket. So it's pretty cool. It's not just like here's a postcard about our party. It's all very thematic.
I wanted to ask you initially, like, what is the must for sellers to attend? But now I don't want to ask because it's like the answer is very obvious that like everyone who is listening right now, and if you guys are not on a list yet, please go to the link I just posted below this video. It's supposed to be in the comments. You have to attend it because my experience with Kevin's parties was 5 days in a row during Billion Dollar Seller Summit in August 2022, and it was so much fun. I never had this amount of fun and experience with other people from industry like I had there. It's so amazing and it's so awesome, and we've been like going through the same pictures over and over and over again and discussing with people how it was fun because like literally nobody's doing something similar. Like you're going to the trade shows and everything you do, yes, like you're partying again, sometimes cigars, but to have fun like a child, be an adult, it's something that only Kevin can do.
Oh, I forgot. We have a hookah lounge and a cigar lounge too there and that night. So I'm bringing out some of my really good cigars and donating them. These are like $20 a piece, $30 a piece cigars, and donating them. And then we also have several hookahs with some different flavors. Not the kind of hookah that some of you might be thinking. We got to keep it clean. Texas is doesn't allow that type of hookah, but the hookah with the like the apple and the different flavors and grape.
I love this hookah. I love
Uh,
this hookah with apple, melon,
yeah, yes.
watermelon
I just want to be clear on that one.
on the table.
Because I did a party one time a few years ago, or about 10 years ago, where I had a hookah and people changed out the tobacco. I'm like, no, can't do that. But yeah, it's going to be cool. And like the $1 billion Seller Summit, it's too bad you guys can't make it. You have a schedule conflict. But we're doing that in Puerto Rico, June 11th to the 15th. And it's going to be, you're talking about the fun stuff we're doing there. I mean, some of the fun stuff, we have parties every night that are being hosted by different people. We're doing a Survivor type games, the TV show Survivor, where people are going to have to go out and there's going to be like a bunch of bamboo sticks and some rope.
Oh
And you
my
got to actually
gosh.
build a raft and go out into the ocean to a flag. And someone's going to dive down and get a clue and come back up and then come back.
So
And
it's like Fort Boyard.
there's going to be water gun fights where you're fighting with each
Oh,
other with
wow.
like water guns and some other cool stuff. There's going to be you're going to have a compass and you got to find a treasure chest buried on the beach. Using this compass with navigation and get a clue out of that. There's a lot of cool stuff that we're doing there. We're doing a family feud contest we're breaking everybody up into teams of 5. And actually, you'll see me post here soon on social media about gathering the questions. It'll be like 100 Amazon sellers were questioned. What is I don't know, what is the biggest tip you have for PPC? And we'll get all the results, and then we're going to have a family feud contest for prizes among all the sellers too. And we have top level presentations and a lot of other cool stuff. Doing a beach party one afternoon, 4
I
hours with a
have FOMO
DJ.
that I am not going to there.
It's going to be it's going to be cool. Yeah. So I like to try to make them educational and experiences both. That's part of my goal.
That's amazing. Kevin, what will be the audience at the networking? We know that audience at BDSS will be high top level experts and big sellers. And like, I remember how was it? It was amazing. And people been exchanging the same experience. So people that are going to the networking at SellerCon that you're hosting on the first, who are you expecting to see there?
Well, based on right now, when you sign up for a free ticket, there's 4 questions that you have to answer, and some people might not tell the truth on there, but if people are telling the truth, this is about 15% service providers. So, in some of those, about half of those are the sponsors, because they're bringing their people and a few of their people, like you guys. So this is mostly sellers at this event. It's not some events you go to, like some Prosper shows, for example, and it's like, where are the sellers? This is all people trying to sell me something. And so it's about as of right now, about 15% people that are in the service industry, software companies or whatever. The other 85% are saying they're either just starting on Amazon or they've been selling for a long time. So it's a mix. You got people doing hundreds of millions of dollars on Amazon, and you have people that are just starting out. So and some people that are just doing Shopify. So it's a whole mix of e-commerce people that are coming. So it should be really good. And we're gonna have like a little bingo card, I think, where you're gonna have to actually go and find other people that are like you. So if you're a seller that's like say you're doing a 5 million a year on Amazon, if you want to participate in this, you can go and find other people that are doing that and have them initial it. We're figuring out exactly how we're going to do the logistics of it on it, but and you can win stuff too. So that way you get to meet other people that are at your level or however you want to do it. We're still formulating how we're going to do that, but there's going to be a lot of interactivity. It's not just standing around with your drink and whoever happens to be standing next to you, you talk to. It's going to be way beyond.
Pretty much you're implementing the business game into the real life game, which will be super much fun within this 3 hours. I don't know how you're going to fit all this fun in 180 minutes. And I believe people will want to have more and people would want to transition somewhere else. And I remember when we had experience last year, we've been able to go to another place where Leo and oh my gosh,
Danny.
they've been and Danny, they've been DJing music. So probably we can do something like that this time.
Maybe so. Yeah. What Izabella is talking about is at the last $1 billion Seller Summit in August, we added a day onto the end where we're going out to the lake. We rented this big boat and we had this really good barbecue brought out. We're just going to have a fun day out at the lake. And Danny McMillan and Leo Scovio are both DJs in their former life. So they we set up a whole DJ area for them to DJ. About halfway into the day, a huge storm came with big winds and hail and lots of rain. So we had to leave. We had to cut the day short. And everybody's like, what are we going to do now? This kind of, it's not your fault, Kevin, but this kind of sucks. The weather came in. It was like, so Mark and I, we were from Austin. We got on the phone. Mark called this photo studio that he knows and said, hey, is anybody using the studio today? They're like, no. He said, we want it for tonight. We're going to set up a little rave. And so we actually impromptu, within a matter of hours, regrouped and like set up this entire like rave party and brought all the equipment over there where Danny and Leo could actually DJ. And a lot of people came over and hung out, and we had food and we had drinks and like a little impromptu bar. So that was a lot of fun. So yeah, someone might have to, I got my hands full with this event. So someone might have to come up with something like that for the after party. But remember, the next day is more SellerCon. So some people
Learning, yeah.
they
People
might
will be
want,
learning.
we don't want to make everybody show up at noon the next day all hungover either.
Also truth. Also truth. But you're kicking off this event with like, we guys are going to have fun. And this amount of fun usually is unstoppable. So hopefully we will just get this dose and we will transfer all our power and strength we got and energy from this event into the learning experience in the next second and third. And I'm looking forward to be there. We're super excited. When you told me what will be at the event, I don't know, I'm already dreaming that we're going to have fun.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And thanks again for Ritz Momentum for sponsoring as well. You guys are help making this possible. Without you guys, I don't know if this would be happening.
Well, thank you so much for inviting us as a sponsors. And this is the business circle. Like, we all are trying to help each other. And you're helping people, they are growing. We're helping these events. The events are growing and happening. And then people that you're teaching, they are helping us to grow as well. So it's like this circle.
It is.
Yeah. Goes around, comes around. So we're happy to be the part of Dreams, Carnivals of Dreams, and we're happy to be the part of SellerCon. And thank you for telling us today what is going to happen there.
Yeah, and again, if anybody is interested in joining us, you're going to be in Austin. If you're like, I've never heard of this SellerCon, I didn't even know this was happening. I think you can go to sellercon.com. I think the tickets are like $200 or something.
They're super cheap.
They're cheap. So, and they have a special deal, I think, on the hotel, or you could grab an Airbnb or something. Austin could be a little bit expensive in some areas, but you could probably grab something reasonable. So if you should come and join 1,000 plus other, this will probably be the second biggest event in this space this year. Prosper, I think, gets about 1,300 to 1,500, and this one they were shooting for 2,000. I'm not sure if I know they were at 900, and a month and a half ago they were at 900 and something. So they got to be way above 1,000 by now. So it's
will be
a
lot
good.
Of people.
Yeah,
it will be a lot of people. It will be a lot of our Russian speaking community that is coming to the event. And when I promoted, not everybody, a lot of people said that, yeah, we're coming, we're just sign up, we're so excited. So, and if everyone will be pushing the same directions, then I believe a lot of people will be there. So everybody's looking forward, and we're excited, especially given that the last SellerCon was in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, 4 years ago. And it was like huge gap. So a lot of people are curious what will be this time.
That's right.
And like when the events were not happening for a while, a lot of people want to check it out. So I think it's more advantage than something like we were not in the market for 4 years.
And the link again for the party, if you're going to be there, to make sure you sign up. Everybody's got to have their own ticket. So if you're coming with your significant other, your business partner, each have to have your own ticket under your own name. So that's at AMZ, like Amazon, amzmarketer.com/party, PART.
Yeah, I posted, and I will post it again to make sure everybody knows. Kevin, thank you so much again for joining.
Thank you.
And yeah, it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.